PvP, the final frontier. These are the voyages of the YouTube channel Darth Craig. Its continuing mission to explore strange new PvP teams, to seek out new meta and new hero synergies, to carelessly go where no one has gone before. Good afternoon, my Dungeon Boss brethren. We are back with another Team Lab Thursday. Today we're going to talk about some Gold League PvP. I'm going to unveil the team that I've been using most frequently. It's not an auto win team. It is not the best team, but it is a team that I pieced together with some decent synergies. It's gotten me through the low levels of PvP. So, a quick little bit of insight here. Gold League is the league that I play the least. I found that Gold League has the most variety of defending teams. If you do not have a lot of heroes leveled up to your player level, Gold League can be an absolute beast to get through. Because once you get through the lower levels, you're running into people that are more um, higher level than you, and it's harder to keep up regardless of what your hero roster looks like. Both Open League and Silver League have the same handful of teams or team compositions that are being used all the time, so you can focus on, let's say, 4 heroes. Like with the Open League, I use the same light team over and over and over. I can pour all of my XP into those 4 heroes, and I'm good to go because they're all at level 80. Same thing with Silver. I'm working on getting my core team up to level 80 there, so I can just run those whenever. But my primary PvP is Open, then it's going to be Silver, and if I have time left over in the week, or if I'm really desperate for tokens, that's when I ultimately switch to Gold League. So Gold League right now, um, don't worry about my defense. The defense is mostly irrelevant. They're just there for show anyways. It doesn't stop anybody. The team that I'm using for gold, I'm just going to do left side here because I don't know what I'm going to get anyways, is composed of the following: Archon, Shade, Agnon, and Koros. Now, why I chose this particular team, like I said, there's some great synergy between these 4 folks. What I would advise is to go out into the stats for each one and see how they link up. So Shade and Archon are both spirits. They share a little bit of synergy there. Archon and Koros both have some really great innate damage reduction. Great stuff there. Agnon is just Agnon. Leave it at that. Agnon gets a buff from Koros, I believe, either Koros or Archon in terms of extra health and damage just by being a warrior. I think that might come from Archon, for example. And then both Archon and Koros have some anti-death mechanics. They both have a sort of self-revive. It adds a lot of stuff to this particular team that I really love. It gives you a little extra safety net there. Downsides to it: Shade is beyond squishy. The guy has great attack, but his health and defense are just atrocious. So Shade dies a lot against most teams until I can maybe get up to a little bit higher character level. We'll see how he shows up today, but he dies long before he ever gets into like Spirit Link. Once he gets a Spirit Link, Shade is an absolute beast because he's protected from a lot of stuff. Um, the reason that I like Shade and Archon combo is it allows Archon to start with his second ability powered. Removing buffs, particularly taunts that come up, is fabulous mechanic. So we'll burn through a couple of raids here. Like I said, the Gold League PvP is the one that I do the least, so that's why I'm at where I'm at. But having this second ability already charged up and ready to go, it pulls a buff from everybody, which is awesome. It's great for removing a innate taunt like Spitfire if you would see him, for example. Otherwise, it's just a great ability to lead off with in some cases if you need to. Being that there's not really any buffs out there that I'm looking for, I would be more inclined to just do his primary and save that. Another downside to this team here is I basically never ever use his third ability. So you're running at kind of a handicap with Archon because I don't want to sacrifice him and then have him gone away. He's one of my damage dealers. I need him out there. Basically, the more folks that are out there taking damage away from Shade, the better, because Shade eats it real quick every single time, and it's just I would like to get more than one turn out of Shade if I can. So in this case here, there's no real buffs to share or to steal, so I'm just gonna try and knock them down. Go after both Hagram and Dagon first. So Shade, does a lot of damage. He's great. Can always count on him to do that. And then we just have to deal with their Agnons. Agnons shows up a lot in gold just because he's great. Agnon is a great hero. No two ways about it. So again, no real buffs out there to steal. So it's really all a matter of can I kill Agnon now quick enough before he does Terror Storm. This team is very susceptible to Terror Storm. Thankfully, I have 10 levels on them, so I'm pretty much good. But my team is a little bit slow as well. I don't often get through all of my abilities before people die, namely with Shade, for example. But there's the Spirit Link I don't really need at this point here. Also, Koros has a self heal. Don't forget about Koros's self heal. Um, Now, like I said, this team isn't an auto win team. I'm not going to go spamming the far rights on this one. Maybe if I was at level 80, I would be able to handle the far rights, but the far rights are going to be likely over leveled compared to me. I'm not going to be able to take on 73s here. Not it, and look at that. So Archon, Koros, and Agnon all in that group. So apparently Eddie Wawa's got the same thing in mind that I do. I only run gold PvP just to get through the first couple of basic levels. I try to just run the left side. I try to get a streak going, and I'll cap that out and get some late season trophies, if you will. I'm much more prioritized in the open league, and then in silver league when I need to end out the day so that I can get a easy tower for the next day. So in a situation like this here, I definitely want to use Archon first, namely because if I can knock out Zen early, that's great. Um, so we steal those shield buffs. He gets them both, which is awesome. Um, but I hate Zen basically dropping immunity on somebody. It makes for a long raid and it can disrupt things pretty good. Once you get past that, then it's just a matter of keeping guys alive. Agnon's going to come in, will absolutely stomp the heck out of Dagon, and then it's just cruise on into victory. And here we go. So they can kill whoever they want at this point here because both Archon and Koros have their little mini revives left. Um, okay. Just do basic attacks till this one's done. Now there's no real special rotations or mechanics to this team. It's really just sit down and play it. Um, Said I'm content with it because I'm mostly doing low level players, and I don't start to get really tough teams until after I get a few leagues in, at least as far as the leftmost spots. When I'm not on video here, like I said, I will look at the middle um, a little bit more closely. I do that with all of my PvP anyways. I play the hardest one that I think I can beat confidently. If there's any question whether I'm not going to beat it, like with um, Open League, for example, Open League is really finicky with my light team. I only go up to an opposing light team of about 72. That gap between 72 and 73, there's sometimes where their opposing light team could come in and stomp me. It depends on who they actually have. If they have somebody like Echo. Echo dumps out some bad crit there, and then all of a sudden, that's it then. I'll just kill Griddle here. It looks like Bobble's glitched out. Um, but yeah, so I always look at who I'm actually fighting, and I'll try to get the maximum number of trophies I can based on where I'm at with the streak counter. But like in this case here, I'm dealing with three degrees of fear here, so it's just a matter of get through this as fast as humanly possible before anything bad happens. Interesting thing about it's too bad that it came up the turn that it did. Um, Shade can actually do, I believe Shade can do Spirit Link on Granite form, which is pretty neat because I think it pulls him out of Granite form. I haven't really looked at the tooltips for it. I believe Granite form says it can't be purged or whatever, but I don't think Spirit Link technically is a buff purge. But I've seen it before where Spirit Link will remove the Granite form and then Agnon just kind of dies. It's kind of nifty on that front. Um, we'll do one more like basic one, and then we'll see how this team fares against a little bit more leveled team. Um, this is a great one for Archon's first ability too. We got two shields out there. We got the foresight and some boosted. I don't know if we can steal boosted. I don't think we can. Um, didn't steal the foresight, I guess. Interesting. No big deal though. Once Emily's gone, then you know the team is at a loss for sure. Take out their healer too. Conventional wisdom probably said would have been to maybe attack Ponty, just so that he doesn't do some sort of resurrection, but we'll get to him. See, I'm gonna let Agnon do his terror storm like he just did there. There goes Shade. Said those are things that you're going to experience at level. Agnon was level 69 here. It's too bad that Shade died there, because I could have then tried my Spirit Link thing, but it's all right. We're in a good spot here. We'll win this one, and we'll do one that's more at level. Like I said, this particular team doesn't do as good at level, so it's mostly a team for just raking in some of those, like I said, late season trophies to get you out of those, dumpster leagues. Um, so this is still that same one, Eddie Wawa. Now, concerns here. Obviously, my Archon is not 6 stars. None of my people are 6 stars except for my Koros. So just the opening gamut here. I don't care about the streak here. The opening gamut on this one's going to be tough because look at the difference here. So defense is massive, power spike compared to me, and they're all higher level. This is not something that I can win. So that'll give you some insights in terms of when to go after someone and when to not go after someone. Same level, different stars. It's a massive thing. I think I've calculated in another video where that star difference is the equivalent of about 10 levels. So in order for me to go against this team at 6 starred, I would have to be roughly level 83. Not possible. So kind of stuck there, right? Um, try and take out Lorelei first because of the heals, but truthfully, unless I could get something with Shade where I didn't die, but it's just not going to happen. So yeah, those 6 starred and higher levels, there's absolutely no way that I can contend with that. We'll try one that's a little bit more equivalent. I also don't like going against Archon teams because I feel like I have to save him for later. I like to try and keep him out there so I can kill him last so that he doesn't get to pick and choose who he actually goes against. Um, if I could get rid of Agnon, that'll be beneficial. My Archon will come back provided that Koros ran away, and I'm guessing Agnon's gonna run away too. I don't think I'm one-shotting their Koros and dealing with their Archon, but you can see there's always a little bit of hope in there. That's the absolute worst part about PvP is there's always just a wee bit of hope, but deep in your heart of hearts that there's really no hope. And even that didn't kill him. It's just such a bummer. Anyways, let's try one of the middle routes. Middle routes should be much more equivalent as far as power levels and maybe a little bit better variety of a team. So 5-star, 4-star, 4-star, 5-star. This team here should be beatable. I got higher power and more stars. Their level is equivalent to mine. If you average it all out, it should be good. They have a little bit better mechanics than me, I think, with Gretel and Miko. You know, those guys can be really annoying in PvP. Um, so depending on how things go, this might be an instance where actually using Archon's third ability might come into play because I might need to focus on both Gretel and Miko and then just get their corpses out so that Ponty can't bring them back. I'm not really sure about that. Now, interesting point here. Some of these debuffs here, like I said, this first one only steals one buff from each one. I believe it steals the first buff from everybody. But we saw before it didn't take the foresight, and honestly, I don't think it takes this the what's it called? Is it just called playing tricks? I thought it was some other reflecting thing, but I'll do it so you can see it. We'll try and kill Ponty, and what I got out of that was nothing. I didn't get any buffs whatsoever. I did do a number on Ponty though, so that was fabulous. And of course, fire against Gretel's always nice. I think Ponty was one of their lower ones. Yeah, only 4 stars. That's why I walloped him pretty good. All right, Agnon against Agnon generally isn't terribly effective, but yeah, I'm not gonna do that because Gretel's gonna come along and start doing some bunny nonsense. Best to just get her out of there right from the start, and then just hope we can take the other ones down natively with abilities. Get the revive out of there with Ponty, and then roll the dice against Agnon and his Terror Storm. We all know that Terror Storm is an absolute, not a joke, but man, the thing is, Terror Storm is bad news bears. So I really truly do miss Fear in the from the original game. The just doing extra damage versus this running away. Because Archon's gonna run away now, and I'm gonna end up not getting his spirit bonus. Um, Hate to do my self heal against Water Hero, but just to top off Koros there. All right, we should be able to do Spirit Link, I think. There goes. Ah, damn it, Shade. That really sucked. Shade was ready to do Spirit Link, and you're gonna see the magic there. Now I'm in a real pickle here. I technically not. I mean, I do have. Yeah, I had Archon coming back, and I had Koros with her revive yet, but so that's a little insight here. Like I said, I could have easily took this streak out to to 20 without too much fuss, just by doing those all lefts. These first few leagues. So this one, the spike in Gold League, in my opinion, at least for me and what it's been showing, really doesn't happen until about midway through Gladiator. So I get a good number of trophies there. Um, the rewards though is um, yeah, see 15 tokens. That's the downside about using gold here. You really don't get nice rewards until you get up into legend. I can't get to legend with this. I can't get to legend even with silver. So I can only do that with open. So really, it's just, I mean, what's the difference between 15 and 20? It's basically nothing. So like I said, unless there's instances where there's maybe a legendary token up for the PvP season. In this case here, Hopper is not legendary. Hopper's only a silver. I'm not gonna bust my butt to try and get gold up into like champion or even warlord league. It's not worth my time to do so, especially since I don't need Hopper right now until we get those nasty beast teams with Leo and endless revives. Hopper's gonna be a thing of the past anyway, so not any rush to get her. Um, but yeah, that's my gold attack team. It's the only one that I have right now. Like I said, I can bring in other people from Silver League into the gold. So if I wanted to bring in Echo or Nub Nub, I do have those options as well. I just haven't. Like I said, I've not tried to make any actual progress towards gold PvP in terms of really advancing, because with none of my heroes up at level 80, I know I'm not going to be able to get through Warlord and Legend anyways. This is not going to happen. So until I get more and more XP, which I'm counting on all of you guys to use my friend heroes, which has been a little bit slow lately. I feel like it's a little bit one-sided. You know, me giving hundreds of potions out and you guys coming back and say so and so use your hero and I get one potion. So to be solid, give me some XP potions and then maybe I can workshop another team. So next week I don't even know if I'll have a team to work on because I won't have anybody. So it'll likely be some variation of my current team. Likely back into silver and swapping somebody else out. It might be easier to swap into gold here where I can swap in one of my silver heroes. Um, but that's all I got for this week. So if you have any nifty gold teams, feel free to mention those. I'll look at them as soon as I can. We got you know, PvP turbo boost, so it's time to start working. Otherwise, that's all for today. Thanks for watching and have a great day, everybody. Thank you for watching, and remember, I make YouTube videos for the American working man, because that's what I am, and that's who I care about.